Well, as you can see, Picket fence card cutting dies is what we're all about this week. And let me show you what happens. The card comes flat like this, but then it just pops up and you've got so many cute things. Wait till you see what you can do with this. Please come play with us. Well, let's get into the cutting die, and there are 9 pieces, as you can see right here. So we have the fence, and there it is. And we have 2 layers of the grass, the taller one and then the crossbar. Then we also have a label, just in case you want to do what Teresa did on the initial one. Then we also have 4 flowers, and you can see they're in graduated sizes so that you can layer them. And then we have 1 leaf or leaf spray, and you can see the score lines are in the center of the leaves, and that way you can do something like this. Again, it's going to fold flat, and then it's going to pop up. And this is the very first one. Now, Teresa, as you can see, she used solid color cardstock, and she used the black jewel dazzles in the center of those, and then also the greetings dazzles for that hello to go into the label. Now, as you know, I think you know, on the back of the package, we always have the instructions. And there are 2 things that you're going to need pretty regularly. One of them is a bone folder. That way you can really burnish down those fold lines. The other is extra sticky tape, because whenever we have something that moves, we want to really secure it very well. The extra sticky tape is perfect for that. And let me just show you how this goes together. So there are the instructions right there, and there are some illustrations that will kind of guide you along the way. Now, I noticed that Teresa, in the project she did, she likes to cut out 2 of these and glue them together just to give it extra support. That is not in the instructions. That's a Teresa tip, so you can use that. Then we take the grass front, and it's the larger one, and it's got 2 score lines on each side. We're going to turn it over, and we're going to put the extra sticky tape along the outside score line, okay? So that's going to help it attach. Then we have well, in fact, let me just go ahead and show you that. So we've got the fence, and then you're going to remove the tape and have all of these as mountain folds. There you go. You see that mountain fold, that one, 2 more on the other side. Those are all going to be done. And then remove the liner, and then secure the base to the back of the picket fence, and that's going to be the starting point. So a little bit easier if I would take that liner off, but I don't want to take the time to do it. So there we go, and that is going to bow out a bit, which is exactly what we need it to do. Then you're going to take the crossbar, which is another of the grass, and there's the front side of it. So this is the front side. Again, put the extra sticky tape along the score lines, and these just have 1 score line. Fold them back into, again, mountain folds, and then this is going to go against the piece right here. So you're just going to attach it on the inside, and then you're going to have 2 layers of the grass, which is going to be very helpful. Let me bring the project back just to show you, and there you go. And you do want to have that that crossbar one equal to that side piece on the front piece of the grass, okay? And as you can see, this has been done in a couple of shades of green, which I think gives additional depth. Now, those flowers and those leaves, can you see what Teresa has done here? Just layered them. The leaves are going to cascade up that fence. There we go, like that, like that, like that, just all over. You can trim them down if you want to, and then the flowers are going to do the same thing. You can foam tape them, you can glue them flat, and you can have them cascading up the right side or the left side, just however you want to do it. And then again, as I said, you just fold it flat to go into the envelope. Speaking of the envelope, as all of our fabulous folded dies, it will fit into our 10 envelopes. And as a matter of fact, you are going to get 10 free envelopes this month. And so that's just going to make it super easy. And all of these dies, including the ones today, the Picket Fence, will work with a Big Shot, Gemini Junior, the standard 6-inch opening cutting die machine. So that's kind of the background. Now let's see what Teresa has done as she has played with the Picket Fence. Now the first one is this. And there we go. We have it flat, and then as it pops up, there we go. You can see. Now notice that the leaves are going up the left side. She has also used 2 colors of the green, and this time she has used chipboard. So let me show you that that does stand up like so. And let me show you what she has used for her cardstock for the greens and all the colors. She has used a nesting place solid cardstock, so you can see all the colors and multiple shades of green, in fact more than 2. So that is what she has used. You also will need white cardstocks for that Picket Fence in this case. Now Teresa used the chipboard, and here's what she did. Here is the nesting place chipboard. There are 11 pieces, and as you can see, that tall bird houses is right here on the right, and this collection of the 2 stacking are up here on the left, and the one is in the center. It's kind of on top of this piece, and the flowers are not used. The Home Sweet Home isn't used. The birds, however, are used. And boy, I really would encourage you to take a look at how she has colored these with the tri-blend markers. I love how she has kind of scribbled with them along the birds, kind of giving some dimension and some weathering to the birdhouses themselves. Just beautiful. And it's also nice to see that the chipboard, being so light, really plays well on this movable card. Now for the flowers. Now the first one, she mixed her colors, so you can see. On this one, she has kept them more a pink one, a blue one, a yellow one, a couple of different shades. But she also used some tiny flower dazzles. Now that was wonderful, except we just ran out of them. Yes, we did. So they are on order. I've ordered them, and the sheet looks like this. I've ordered them in silver pearl and also in the gold pearl, which is what Teresa used. So they will be showing on the supply list. It will say out of stock. If you want them, just leave your email address and we will get them to you and take care of that for you. Also, she has used Sending Smiles. Now this is out of our script greetings. This is the pastel and pearls, so you can see how beautiful those are. And that package has over 1,000 of the greetings, so in all different colors, the pearls, the pastels. It's just a beautiful collection. And that is what she's used. With 1,000 of those will take care of you for a while. Now I do want to show you one other thing, and Teresa does this almost all the time. And where she is bringing in pieces of cardstock, like the flowers, like the leaves, is that when she die cuts them, she will use a corresponding ink pad and take out the craft mat and put the pieces down. Just pretend like, oh, maybe that's a pink one, okay? So I'm going to bring in the blending brush, and I'm going to use the lipstick prism ink pad and just tap that, and you're pretending that's pink, right? And then just go from the outside edge and do a swirling process. There we go. And you can see how that's going to just color the edges. And what that does is it just gives a bit more dimension and it just enlivens everything. It just does a really good job. So for the ones that are pink, she used lipstick. For the yellow ones, she used buttercup. For the blue, she used Stormy Night, which is really a dark blue. And in the leaves and the, I guess all the leaves, she used a mixture of the holly green and the khaki. So that is how she did her adding that dimension on those pieces. So it just works out very nicely. Okay, so let's move on. Now for her second card, Teresa did something else. Of course she did, because that's the whole purpose of this. Here we go. Now this is our picket fence. You see it flat, but look what she's done. She's added a different cutting die to it, and that pops out. She said she really just couldn't resist going back to the strawberry and pumpkin card cutting dies. Now this makes this crate, and it has the embossed wood. She's chosen the strawberries, but there are also pumpkins in here. You can see them right there, and you could do that. So this is made similarly to the picket fence in that there's a front side and a back side, and then there's just a cross piece right there. And on the inside, there are the crossbars also. You can see right there. And those give you a place to put your strawberries, your leaves, your flowers. And then I love how she's cascaded them. Now, she also used, this is the crossbar grass from the picket fence, and there's the label from the picket fence. So those are all used and nicely done. Now for her papers, she went into the Christmas memories. Now I know this is not a Christmas card, but it does have the darker tones that she really wanted for her basket and her strawberries and leaves. So that worked very nicely. Now, on the center of those flowers, I'm trying to get it to shine for you, she used the copper jewel dazzles. Very fun. And for the thanks that she has used on her label, this is the More Greetings dazzles. It comes in several sheets, and you get, let me see, 75 greetings. So that adds just a really nice touch. And the same idea, it's going to be flat and pop in the envelope, and then when they open it, it will stand up just like that. It works beautifully. Okay, so she's given you a couple of different options, but there's more. And let me show you the more. This one, Teresa calls creating a scene. Now, in this case, you can see that it is not a pop-up. That's not what she's done, but she has used those dies in some different ways. The first thing that grabs my attention is that everything is die cut out of patterned cardstock, and I think it just gives such a really beautiful look. So she has used the Picket Fence 6x6 cardstock, and I have to say I love it. And there is the wood grain in there. That's what she's done for the picket fence. Now this is our our regular 5x6.5 inch card. So she did take some lavender solid cardstock and put that down first, and then put the 6x6 picket fence right in the center. And you can see what she's done. The picket fence is there out of the wood. She has used the gingham ribbons beautifully, I think, to go right across that. And then she added all of the leaves and the flowers. All of those have been out of the patterned cardstock, and I think they're gorgeous. Even the leaves, you can see the flowers with those tiny patterns, just absolutely beautiful. And they have been layered, as you can see. Even that label is there, an additional flower and some leaves that she snipped off. And then she added, well, and just wanted to point out that the leaves are, the petals are kind of this burgundy, as well as the lavender, and then the purple on top. She did use the Hunky Dory sparkles. This is the purple shimmer in the center of those flowers. And she did the same thing that I just described on her flowers and her leaves. So in this case, orchid, violet are used on the flowers, and dove gray and muddy boots are, the muddy boots is used on the wood picket fence, and the dove gray has been used on the leaves. So just giving you a whole other look. Now that's the front of our card. On the inside, she has taken another 2 pieces. So there's that tiny dot that she used for the flowers, another of the labels, more of the flowers. This is a stripe and another pattern from the picket fence. So it's kind of nice. We've got a picket fence cutting die and a picket fence papers. That works really nicely, doesn't it? And she did add some of our borders, and these are the 96 fancy borders. You can see what shine that gives you on this piece as well as the centerpiece. Just really nice, and it goes beautifully with, of course, those colorful We're Together dazzles. So the Missing You and the Hello Friend are part of that collection. So you can use this on plain cardstock, as we first showed you, kind of cascading up on the right. We can add chipboard and do some coloring with our tri-blend markers, and maybe have it a little more balanced, although the leaves are doing a nice job on the left side. Or you can use the pieces and do what Teresa did and create a scene and just have a beautiful look. So there's just a lot that you can do with this cutting die, and you know, quite frankly, that's what we like, is for it to be really useful and share a lot of ideas with you. Okay, you can check that off your list, Teresa. Nicely done. The picket fence, if you are interested in, you know, kind of getting something for free, go to the Money Saver on the right side of your screen. We will send you 10 free envelopes that will work with your picket fence. When you are decorating this, you want to make sure to keep in mind that envelope will fit. So you just want to not go crazy with it and have them go all over. You just want to make sure it will fit into that envelope. That will work perfectly. So just click on the Money Saver. You will get this for free for just the cost of that cutting die. Down below, Teresa has written complete instructions for every single card, and you can then check what you're doing and see all of the examples. And if you are interested in getting this before anybody else, we invite you to subscribe to our fabulous folded subscription. The way that it works, you're still going to get the free goodie. You're just going to pay for the die, but you will get a 10% off, and you will receive it before the webisode. That way you can get started and get playing, and then wait and see what else Teresa has for you. Okay, if you're interested in that, it too should be on the right side of your screen. Just click it and we'll get you signed up and get you taken care of. So, hope you have enjoyed this. I have loved presenting it to you. I think you're going to find a lot of things, and I think we're all ready for spring and summer to come, and our picket fence card is certainly going to help that. I want to thank you for joining us. If you've watched us on YouTube, please like us, please subscribe, and then pop on over to Paper Wishes and check out that Money Saver and look at the instructions too. So thank you for joining us, and as always, thank you for being the very best part of our Paper Wishes family. Bye-bye.